see you.
Dimples?
Thank you. Oh, what's happening is that I'm very excited about season 2. You know, I think back about season 1 when I was here with you guys just a year ago, and you know, things were really just kicking off. But over the course of the last year, the show has really come into its own.
You like it?
I love the show. I feel like it's its own separate thing. For you, where do you feel like the show is going to go next season?
You know, it's interesting. It's difficult to predict. I mean, it's kind of like the calm after the storm where we begin, and there's this sort of apocalyptic type feeling, like when the second season begins. It's like out of sort of necessity, they've sort of holed up within the compound, and they've been there for 2 or 3 months. You know, and I think they're sort of strategizing how to exact their revenge upon their sort of enemies, but they're sort of waiting for the perfect time to strike. And I think Klaus is a little bit like a caged animal.
Yeah.
He's someone he's ready to strike right now, and I think Elijah's sort of like exercising necessary restraint. You know.
Well, I read an article yesterday where Julie Plec did say that Elijah's really going to be going through something at the start of season 2. I don't know how much you can tell me, but what does that mean to you?
Oh God, you know. Yeah, I don't know how much you can tell me, but tell me.
But tell me, you know I gotta do my job, right?
Well, yes. I mean, it's a conflict between sort of. Look, let's be honest about this. There's a sort of a necessary sort of rift that almost has to happen between he and Hayley in a sense, and that he's sort of there's a requisite space that she's probably going to need in order to sort of grieve, and I think and I think that Klaus needs that as well. I can only imagine like how kind of the sort of emotional duress that they're enduring.
If you want to watch another awesome interview, click right here to check out our interview with Joseph Morgan from the originals, and be sure to subscribe.